Everybody, good morning. This is Coach Jackie from Singapore 𝗙𝗢𝗧's office. All right, today we are already in July and we are bringing you a new experience for everybody. All right, so we have Dr. Prabhu, which is somebody that you have been very familiar with for the last 30 weeks. So before we start this event, we'd like to encourage everybody to stay focused. And if you can turn on your video if you are okay, that would be great so that we can have a conversation, we can have an interaction with you. And also, because Dr. Prabhu is a certified medical doctor that sits on board many associations, either as a member or even their committee, we would like to request that everybody refrain from doing too much recording and throwing his materials on the social media, right? As with the directives given by the HQ for the upcoming months, we're going to organize and reorganize and standardize a lot of operations and ethics and values in the company. Just has a main announcement, right? For those of you who have just joined us, we're looking at a very exciting Saturday next week, all right, next Saturday, with the first ever international award convention that will be held on Zoom worldwide. And Dr. Prabhu will also be one of the invited guests to speak to everyone worldwide on the essence of good water. So without further ado, let us bring our hands together on the internet, in the air, to bring out Dr. Prabhu on his episode Joy of Life, episode 31. Dr. Prabhu, over to you.
Thank you, Jackie, and a wonderful morning for a wonderful introduction. Jackie, thank you very much. It's really a pleasure for us, and the name itself, the joy of life. In fact, it's a joy for me every second and every Saturday when I come and join you people, and the beautiful souls who are all, in that mode of enthusiasm to pick some knowledge, pick some information, and collectively we all are here on a purpose of sharing the information and the knowledge. Now, coming to the journey of life, it's a very beautiful journey I have been going through, and then I'm privileged to share this 32 years of my medical experience, which is something fantastic. And then the main benefit I picked up is I started giving a lot of talks and public information sharing situations where I started giving my medical experience, which gave every beautiful soul an advantage of feeling the confidence that they can do whatever they are doing after picking up the information. So being in the epigenetic, water plays a very, very important role, if at all we are talking about epigenetics, because water is one of the instrument in our epigenetic correction, and I would say in our day-to-day life it plays a very, very important role. Basically, joy of life is a dream of every beautiful soul on this earth. Everybody wants to be in that joyous situation. Everybody wants that joy in their life. But when you want the joy, what exactly do you understand by this word joy? Even though we are using this particular word in and out every day in our life, but when we go into the little details of it, then we'll understand what exactly is joy. What is joy? Basically, in my dictionary, joy is nothing but the journey of you. J-O-U is journey of you. That means it's you who is more important on this planet Earth than anything surrounding you. The moment you are prepared to do what you're supposed to, everything falls in place. When we talk about the journey of you here on 𝗙𝗢𝗧 platform, it's how much of information have you picked up regarding the water, regarding the device, regarding the company's rules and regulations, do's and don'ts. All these come into this frame of the journey of you inside the 𝗙𝗢𝗧. So it's the same way you can take it into your personal life, your academic life, your professional life, It doesn't matter, but everything falls under you in the journey. What exactly are you picking up? How are you collecting the information? See, basically, as human beings, our job is to collect information. Just like animals, what they do is, if for example a lion needs to attack a particular prey, it needs to plan exactly what it needs to do to hunt that particular prey down. And basically, they need to hunt a prey which is a little sick, which cannot run faster. Those things are all picked up through the signal called vibration. So that means we are all vibrating here on this platform Earth. So when you're vibrating, what kind of vibration are you creating? If your vibration is a very positive, a beautiful, peaceful vibration, automatically you attract the same kind of vibration. That is why in the journey of you, joy means it's what you have sowed the seed inside you. If it is a seed of peace, you will be in peace. If it's a seed of happiness, it will be in happiness. If it's the seed of sharing, it will be the joy of sharing. So everything is depends on the seed what you have sowed every day in and out of your life. So joy is basically your journey. So saying so, what you need to do, you have to start walking the joy. Now, the moment you decide, let's assume that today you're going to start the joy of terahertz resonated information regarding the water, regarding the device. You have to start it. Now, only thing is, you should feel so much of joy in doing it. What will happen is, you will see in my next slide. What happens? The moment you're in a joy situation, it next goes into something called enjoy. So enjoy is what? Eternally nostalgic journey of you. Now, every moment of whatever you create on this planet Earth should be nostalgic. Nostalgic is basically something is so memorable, unforgettable, and it's a piece of joy which has been there all through. You remember that and you will enjoy it. So this is what is something called enjoy. So basically, enjoy is something inside you. Now that happens only when you create that joy in you to get the enjoyment of whatever you create. So saying that, what happens? Now definitely when there is a joy, it automatically puts you in a situation of enjoy. Then when you are inside you in a joy situation, what happens? It leads to happiness. Very simple. Now, when it leads to happiness, every drop of happiness or the enjoy, what happens? There is a byproduct of it. You will get something out of it. It's like, for every action, there is a reaction, right? Now, whatever you do, you have to get. So you do good, you get back good. But they say if you do bad, what happens? The bad stays back with you. It doesn't go out and come in. It will stay back with you, so you attract that kind of vibration. So what happens? The moment you are in a happiness state of mind, what happens? There is a peace within you. It's a very simple phenomenon. You will have a fantastic, peaceful, your face will glow in that happiness. So automatically what happens? There is a contentment within you. The moment you are contented within you, what happens? You will feel complete within you. The moment you are complete within you, what will happen? You will be filled with a lot of love, compassion, and passion to do anything you do. Now, love of what? Love in our terahertz, I would say the love of sharing this knowledge to the people. Now, coming to compassion, what will happen? You will start giving the bottles of terahertz water, resonated water to your friends, to your families, to your society. Now, what happens? That comes under compassion. What happens later on when you take it as a passion to do this? You can probably do it in a form of a business. Fantastic. So what happens? Everything starts falling in place, but it all starts with the journey of you, which is called the joy. But what happens when you start doing this? The end result. Now you start, sharing this information. What will happen? Another person, whoever around you, what they will feel, wow, this particular person is, coming and sharing, without any prejudice, without any ultimate motive behind, you know. So what happens? They will feel so happy that automatically they become happy. The moment they become happy, they will get back to you asking for either more information about the water, more information about the device, more information about the company. Now, this is where what will happen. You have an advantage. There is a doctor, there are other few beautiful souls and speakers on this platform who are all giving various information from various angles. But at the end of the day, our job is to pick every speaker's information and whatever is possible and to be shared with your people, you should be able to share the right information with your fellow beings. Now, this becomes a never ending story. What? You started with joy, but ultimately what happened? You started making everybody happy. Now, when everyone is happy around you, what will happen? It's a very frolicky mood with a joyful, with a happiness, with a lot of love spreading. Now, if 10 people are having this kind of situation, what will happen? It becomes so contagious that it starts spreading. And I still can see that terahertz when I picked up last year I think it was on the October 3rd or 4th. Can you believe today the number of people who have bought the devices and who have been using the water and then getting the benefit is it's multifold. Now what has happened is I think because every one of us who are down here, the basic I think knowingly or unknowingly what we did was we started the journey with joy. But at the end of the day we ended up in being happy. So the whole environment starts becoming happy. Now with that beautiful situation, what happens? I need to share this beautiful soul who is a physically challenged boy. Basically, what is happening is when you are happy, the productivity will be very good. What you're seeing on the right side is a very small 1.5 to 1.7 centimeters clay artwork. And this guy is actually a physically challenged boy with muscular dystrophy. He cannot walk. He's on a wheelchair. So what happens? He created the joy within him and he started enjoying what he was doing. So what he did, he started playing with this clay. And today he has mastered himself in such a manner that he has started. In fact, I think last week there was an interview from Singapore where they interviewed him and asked him how he is doing with all these physical challenges. So what he is telling everyone is you should have the passion to do whatever you are doing. Come what, the deficiencies will be there. Your job is to overcome the difficulties and start moving forward. But what happens at the end of the day when you're happy doing something? The productivity of that whatever subject or whatever business you are doing will definitely be productive. Productive is in my dictionary, if you ask, it should benefit you, number one. Number two, it should benefit your surrounding fellow human beings. It should benefit the environment and it should benefit the society in general, maybe later on the nation in general. So saying so, we all need to start from joy to the enjoy to the happiness, and then ultimately when you see what happens, the productivity is excellent, so which we need to work on our productivity. So my humble request to every one of you down there, let's start teaching our children what is the joy of life and to make this world a better place to live. Every one of us will be born and one day will become old and we leave this planet Earth. What is that we are going to live back on this planet Earth is a legacy of information, legacy of knowledge, a legacy of happiness, legacy of joy, legacy of basically people will think of you. They will think of you every moment, the moment you are no more on this planet Earth, whatever you good you have done, they will remember you on that particular note. That's what we all want. Because at the end of the day, you may have a building, you may have a wealthy thing. Nobody is going to look into the wealthy part or the building part. But you have done something good. Now, here what happens with our terahertz situation, we have a fantastic methodology wherein you can share the water. Now, the moment you start sharing the water, it's a beautiful experience. It not only gives an advantage for that particular soul to get the benefit of changing at the cellular level where they become healthier. So becoming healthier is a motto of everyone, right from the governments to the private clinics. We all want every beautiful soul on this planet to be healthy, but at the end of the day there are a lot of responsibilities we need to carry on which falls in the journey of you. So the moment you start looking at the journey of you, automatically you will start doing what is necessary for your journey. You become healthier. Now, in this situation, very important information to share with you is you become healthy first. The moment you become, people will ask you, definitely. The moment people ask you what, you will tell them, yes, I'm healthy. Today, at 55 years on this planet Earth, what is that I can proudly tell the world is I reversed my diabetes, I have reversed my blood pressure, I have reversed my heart issue which was there. Now I'm a healthy individual. Even last week, I could climb 18 store. My building is basically a 18-story building. I could climb the 18 floors, 280 steps in just 6 minutes. Maximum I took was 6 minutes. I could climb. Now this is what is all healthy about. Now, what is a big deal about it? The big deal is, see, when you are healthy, you don't need to take any medications. The only thing, of course, you need to look at your food habits. Drinking water plays such an important role. Are you drinking sufficient amount of water? 2.5 to 3 liters of water. And if it is terahertz resonated water, that's another amazing situation where that will give you advantage at cellular level, not only to absorb nutrients, it will have an advantage to cellular metabolism, oxygenation, detoxification. So many benefits we get when you are drinking a resonated water. Now, this is a very, very common word which you and I would have been using it. But familiar, where we use is normally when we all sit for a small drink. What we do, we just put the drink and then say cheers, and then. Now, what happens? This has been running in my mind. What happens is, have you ever seen a person who is consuming the drink, very sober, very sad? Now, what happens is, even though he might be sober before drinking, but the moment he drinks, he becomes happy. Now, why does it happen? This has been running in my mind. Why this person? Now, what I notice is the words what they use before starting drinking is the cheers word. Now, cheers is something which creates a positive vibration within you and creates a very positive environment. That's why when you see people who are drinking, when they toss the glass with the word called cheers, what happens? Everything is so beautiful. Now the question is, can we do that with water? Why not? You should. Can we toss our water with cheers? Yes, why not? You should. So what can we do? Especially whenever you're drinking water in a glass. And the best way to drink water will be is in a glass water, not the plastic one, not the other silicone one. The glass water is the best. Hold the water in a glass. That's why today, if you see, those days most of the containers were in glass, but then came in plastic, then aluminum, then all the other materials came in. Even now we have silicon bottles, but nothing like a glass bottle. The reason is glass bottle retains the energy of the water and also retains the emotion what you share. That's why if you see most of why most alcohol, right from the beer to wine to rum, it's all in glass. Why? Because that retains the beauty of that particular drink. Now, when that is the situation, drinking water also should be made mandatory that you drink the water from a glass. Now, when you're holding the glass, just feel the what I would say, send a lot of love vibration to the water. You can say, I love myself to the water, or you can say, I love you to the water, and say you're at peace, you're blessed. Give all the positive vibration to the water. And when you drink, especially people with diseases, what you all can do is give an intention. For example, you're talking about diabetes. Like when you're drinking water, what you need to just imagine that your sugar metabolism. Don't think of the word diabetes. Okay, you think of the word sugar metabolism, because sugar metabolism is a problem which you're having in your body. It's not diabetes. Actually, diabetes is a name given to that whole process. It's still okay. But the more you go on creating the name called diabetes, of course, the particular disease will be persistent with you. So what you need to do, change the word to sugar metabolism. We can always boldly say, I have a little bit of sugar metabolism. Issues with the sugar metabolism. That means there are 8 varieties of sugars in the body, out of which glucose is one of the very, very commonly, which our medical fraternity has picked up, and then we are working on that and naming you or labeling you as diabetes. Fine. So what you need to do is create a positive environment to yourself by saying, my sugar metabolism is getting beautifully neutralized and it is fully optimized, and all the glucose which is converted from my food is being utilized by myself. So visualize that and say, thank you, self, for doing this great job in my body. So when you start doing this for every drink you consume, it can be a coffee, it can be tea, it can be a juice, it doesn't matter. But give an intention. Now, this takes a lot of practice for you to do it, because most of us are never used to, chant or affirm before we drink something. We would have seen, of course, families, especially before the having the dinner or lunch, sit for prayer, sit and do a little bit of prayers and then chant a mantra and then probably consume it. And why do they do all this? Is basically to give a lot of positive vibration. And imagine you're going to do that with water, because water you're going to consume the whole day for 2.5 to 3 liters. So what you need to do is give a lot of cheers to the water you're drinking and give a lot of beautiful harmonious vibration to your water, and let that come into your body, and when you drink that, your body picks up that vibration and you shall have that kind of vibration which you are giving an intention. So do not expect this from the outside world. As I told you, joy is basically your journey. So start with you, and what you need to do, be the light of joy in every soul's journey. So you create that situation and then make a joyful situation for every person you meet. Now, saying that, what does joy to do with our water? Definitely, why not? Water is basically the pillar of existence. Without water, nothing can exist on this planet Earth, right from your plants to animals to human beings. We all need water, little bit of water, yes. But at the same time, what has been told, little drops of rain make a mighty being on planet Earth. You just imagine in 50 years, with the 50 trillion cells in your body, with the 50 trillion cells, there are water inside every cell of your body. Now, the most beautiful part of our terahertz, I am amazed to share is when I saw Eddie doing a blood test, and then, hey, look, all your blood cells are clumped, and then you drink one glass of our terahertz resonated water, and 20 minutes later, when you see your whole cells are fully hydrated and jumping in joy and, moving at a high speed. Now, what is happening? Every cell picks up the water. Now, if you have to hydrate the 50 trillion cells, do you know how many days will it take? Definitely, if you have been a dehydrated soul, it can take anywhere between 3 months to 6 months. That's why when you are drinking terahertz water, you should give a time of around 3 to 6 months for your body, for you to see a lot of changes, for you to become healthier. If you can feel the change, is well and good. But if you don't feel, don't worry, nothing wrong would have happened by drinking water. It is definitely going to help you. It will definitely do some good things inside your body. But your main aim is you need to become healthy by making the little drops to make a mighty ocean of health. To become healthy, you need to put a little drops of joy, little drops of happiness. Automatically, the water will help you to live on this planet Earth in the fullest form of our existence, which is a human in nature. Now, human nature should have the HUMANE. That E has to be there. E is basically your eternal being. So basically, we need to be an eternal being, which animals definitely are living that part of life which they have been given. But human beings are the only animals on planet Earth where they are given something called a mind, and they can decide what they want. So that's the reason today on this planet Earth we have so much of confusion, so much of issues because of the mind. Because we have been social media. What's happening?
It's the standard one. Standard one.
If it's the right information, of course, you feel nice, but many a times you feel scared, you feel the fear. So what happens? Definitely, when there is a fear, your vibration goes down, your cells become crumbly, your vessel starts becoming contracted. All
Yeah, it's just now was right there.
this can happen. Why? Because
The
the same water you need to utilize to make the best of your journey. Now, when water is the base for all our emotional turmoil, why do I say this? Is 70% of our body is water. When you have 70%, what is the basic need, and what exactly happens in this journey is we are what's happening is conditioned. Now, whether we like it or not, we are getting conditioned in whatever little ways possible. But at the end of
Can you
the
just stop
day,
it?
how conscious are you? I've been last week. I told you
Shh. What that? It's an energy.
duality of life. We all need, which is very good, very nice, very happy, very harmonious, and very compatible with every living being, including human beings. We can live in peace, but it
Can
takes
you just
years
like,
of
can you
practice
flip it
to
back?
have a positive attitude
What
towards
is it?
life. And that too in COVID situation, definitely with the lockdown for 1 month. I do understand there's a lot of people out there who are all really going through a lot of turmoil, difficulties, financial constraints. There are a lot of things going on. But at the end of the day, what has happened is how smart have you been on this planet or in the past number of years? If you had some savings, if you had some way of good things you have done, good things will come back to you. Especially in this time of hardness, definitely there is a way of universe coming and blessing you. But can we start something today? It doesn't matter what you were yesterday. Let's start something today with a positive attitude towards life. And we have the water with us for us to utilize it. Now, without water, do you think that without water, we all could have done some business, especially in the international arena, from one country to another country? When those days, when there was no flight, what was the mode of transportation? Was through the water. That means through the ship, they could transport things.
Maybe nobody.
So just imagine everything started off with the water. In fact, it has been told that when the Creator created this beautiful platform, Mother Earth, He created water as the first basis of creation. Why? Because
Okay, this one your tuition,
water
right?
creates
Oh my
living
gosh.
things
Then 你还是我
naturally
看
to
噻。
grow in that. Now,
So
have you
like
seen
this,
many times wherever the water stagnates, you can see that the fungus coming up. All this happens because water is there. If it is dry, nothing happens. So in that way, what happens is with the base, water being the base for all your emotional turmoil, what you need to do is emotion is a beautiful word when you can split it into two, E and motion. What happens? Energy in motion. So when your energy is in motion, what exactly are you giving? If you're giving a positive energy to the emotion, it becomes a beautiful experience. You give a negative emotion to the energy, automatically your emotions become negative. So what happens? The results are automatically negative or unfavorable. Now, so emotion is something which we all have been building up all through our life. I wouldn't know how many of you are on the positive side, but most of us are trained to pick up unfavorable, negative situations very fast and feel sad about it and feel bad about it. At the end of the day, what? When the joy of life is not there. Why the joy is not there? You never realize the journey of you. You have given a lot of unfavorable vibration, which is more of negative, and that's the reason your emotion. That's why you get triggered much faster. Saying that, why not we start today? It's a beautiful day. So let's start today and start moving forward in the right direction with the right attitude. What happens? Now, drinking water with positive attitude is the key to good healthy cells and its functions. Very, very important. So that means every sip of water, you need to fill it with love and gratitude. Every sip of, whether it's a liquid, it can be a coffee, tea, whatever you do, it should be filled with a lot of love and gratitude. Gratitude for what? Gratitude for whatever you are having for that particular day and whatever whoever has helped you to get that particular. For example, if someone came and recommended you a terahertz device and then you picked it up, just be thankful to that beautiful soul who came and spoke about that particular instrument and then you picked up. Then the second thing, after that, resonating the water and you're drinking the water. There are so many things you can do, right from the water to the company which manufactured this particular instrument for the benefit of mankind. We can be very thankful. So you can add on in your everyday morning prayer. Thank you so much to the 𝗓𝗏𝗧 company for giving us this opportunity to share this beautiful knowledge. And water has been, see, there are a lot of products in the market, right, from soaps to the powders to your food. Everything is there, but something to do with water is always a unique situation where you can do a lot of things by the water. There are a lot of filters available outside, but can it do the same job as what our 𝗓𝗏𝗧 unit can do? Definitely not. But the same filtered water, when you resonate with our 𝗓𝗏𝗧 water, it becomes such a beautiful, magical, beautiful water in balance with your body. So what happens? Your body gets the benefit of getting into the healthier situation. Now, when water is a blessing for all living beings, what we need to do? We need to use this to the maximum benefit of our own self, then to the fellow beings. We need to use it as a blessing. That's why if you see in most of the faiths and the religious belief system, they use water as a blessing. You can call it as a blessed water. Now, what is the difference between the blessed water and 𝗓𝗏𝗧 water? Now, when you look at the blessed water or a 𝗓𝗏𝗧 water, both are resonated water. On one side, a blessed water is basically by chanting some mantras or some hymns or some carols or some verses from the religious books, wherein it creates a positive vibration to the water molecule, and then that particular water molecule with that positive vibration, it picks up. So when you drink that or when you're sprinkled with that particular water, what happens? Automatically, whatever, if there is any problems, it starts coming down and then you start healing yourself. This is what happens, especially when you drink a blessed water or when you sprinkle the blessed water. This is what happens. Now, saying that, what happens is, if you can make the water what you drink a blessed water by saying a little bit of beautiful words to it, words of love, words of gratitude to the water you're drinking, it becomes a blessed water. You are a beautiful soul, so you can create a blessed water by giving a positive affirmation, which in turn will help you to get the benefit inside you. But if you're going to give water to another person, what you can do, probably a guest coming to your house, what you can do is, when you're holding on to the glass of water, send a lot of love vibration to the water and be thankful to that, and then give an intention for whatever the person is going to drink. Let that person be filled with joy, filled with lot of abundance, financial abundance. It can be any abundance you want to give. Just that few seconds you give that vibration to the water, and then when you give it to the guest and when they drink it, they will feel very happy. So when it is a blessing, you need to share the blessing of water to every soul you come across. Now, 𝗓𝗏𝗧 water definitely is going to be, and it is a greater blessing. Why I say greater blessing is, you just imagine, in the whole world, Malaysia was the first country to bring that particular device, and we were the first to even get the instrument and start using it. So don't you think it's a blessing for this country, Malaysia, when there are 190 countries out there, but Malaysia was the first country? So aren't we all blessed being to get this particular unit? And of course, manufactured in China, but at the end of the day, our head office is down here, wherein from here we started spreading out. Now, what is the most beautiful part of this? With this polluted environment, we are getting this particular device. The advantages, even though we are getting a polluted water, your responsibility is, please filter the water. Very important. Before you resonate the water with our 𝗓𝗏𝗧 device, please have a good water filtration system outside and inside your house, so that whatever the water you're going to get is a pure water and not much of heavy metals, chemicals, pesticides, parasites is not there in your water. So there must be some purity in the water what you are drinking, which can be resonated with our terahertz device. What's the big deal about drinking the terahertz is it has got the smallest molecule. That means it's so small, after resonating, what happens? It breaks down into smaller molecule. So when it breaks down into smaller molecule, what happens? The absorption is definitely much better. Now, it's not only the small molecule which plays a very important role. It's something called a frequency. That means, as I was talking to you about the vibration, so every molecule, everything on this planet Earth, or every atom on this planet Earth has a vibration on its own. Now, this one is something called 7.6. And out there, I think you all will know that there is something called Schumann's energy, which is 7.83. Now, 7.83 Schumann's energy is actually the ozone layer also is filled with that Schumann's energy. That's why whenever there is a lightning and it just hits on that particular ozone layer, and when it comes down, there's a lot of positive vibration, and especially after the rain, you will be picking up a lot of high oxygen content, which is called ozone, which will be a highly advantage for every human being. When you inhale that, your body cells, especially when you get drenched in rain, let me be very clear, when you get drenched in rain, but not in a city like not in Kuala Lumpur, not in Klang. When you get drenched in the this kind of cities, what happens? The whole polluted air comes on you. That's why when people get drenched in rain, they fall sick very easily. So if at all you want to get drenched in rain, at least you have to wait for a minimum of 30 minutes to 1 hour before the whole pollutants settle to the ground, and then of course the water, which is supposed to be the purest form of water, is the rain. When you get drenched, you should not get sick. This is very important information because it's containing oxygen, ozone. Now, when there is ozone and when it goes inside your body should feel refreshed. Why should you fall sick after getting drenched in rain? You should not fall sick. This is the true sense of your body immune system, your bodily strength, your bodily how strong it is. So if it is really well protected with lot of positive vibration, definitely you get drenched in rain, you will not fall sick.
No,
You
I
will
just
never
finished
get
this
flu,
algo.
you will never get running nose. All this will not happen
The one
if
you keep.
Another one.
it's kept at the right pace of life. So please understand that it all takes years of practice, years of efforts, years of positive thoughts in your life for you to create an environment for your own self. Now just imagine a baby. It has to wait for 9 long months inside the stomach of the mom for it to come out because it needs to get prepared, and then once it's ready, only it gets delivered out. Whether you like it or not, the baby will never sit inside the mother's womb for lifelong. One time it has to come because that's the way nature has created. So when nature has created so many beautiful things for our life, why not we create a little bit of positive things in our life for us to move forward? Now, the advantage of our living is as a human being, we drink water left in and out. We are drinking water.
Is
Number
it
one. Number
fast
two,
charging?
we are using water for
Maybe it's a
many
charger.
other activities, right
Try
from
lah.
cooking to mixing of juices. Even there are so
Don't take
many
my
things
hand.
you
No,
do
no,
with
no.
water. So what happens is the advantage of terahertz resonated water is on one side if you're looking at drinking, on the other side you're looking at bathing, because these two things actually it's for ourselves we are doing. So when you're looking at if we can bathe with the terahertz water, what kind of vibration will you be getting? Definitely, it's a very, very positive vibration. If you're using terahertz water to wash your face, you can feel the slimy, the water is so nice when you wash, it's beautiful actually. In fact, a lot of beauticians who are using this terahertz water have given a lot of positive feedback to me saying that it's damn good, and they have been continuously asking that this terahertz water can do a lot of benefits for their beauty journey, wherein definitely the beauty and aesthetic field people can look into the terahertz to use it for their customers. Now, with this drinking water and bathing, of course, there are a lot of other good benefits. What you can use 𝗓𝗏 water is, especially you can use it for washing your vegetables. Fantastic. It becomes very clean. Number two, if your kitchen is very oily, what you can do is use 𝗓𝗏 water in a spray bottle, just spray it and then wipe it. Your whole oily situation comes out. Now, the very beautiful situation is when your oily on a surface can be cleaned with 𝗓𝗏 water. And just imagine you're going to drink water. When you're drinking water, don't you think your unfavorable fat, which is not good for you in the body, can be dissolved and then be cleared out? Yes, it can be done. Only thing is, it takes a little longer time. Number one. Number two, is there any clinical study done? I don't think there is any clinical study done because nobody will actually, venture out into it because it needs a lot of money for us to do the checking and definitely when we have to document it, there are a lot of procedures and process involved. But at the end of the day, if we understand that it can do a lot of good benefits, you just try it around. Definitely, I would say when you drink this water continuously for 3 to 6 months, your weight would definitely come down. Other than that, if you are a person eating non-vegetarian, you please soak the whatever non-vegetarian you're eating in this 𝗓𝗏 water for some time, and then later on cook it and eat. Definitely, the taste is much better.
Because we take people's car.
There's another situation I normally I'm happy with what I'm doing is 𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗥𝗔𝗟, the oil what I cook, what we use for cooking. So what happens is whenever you 𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗥 and then use that particular oil, there is a study which has been done that when you 𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗥 it, your 20% of the oil usage by your product like frying is 20% less. So that means it's less oil. Other than that, in my home, when we use oil for maybe papadam frying or any frying like potatoes, what happens is what we found is after frying, when we take it out and put it on the plate down there, and normally we'll put a tissue paper and we put. Normally, in a normal oil, there'll be a lot of oil sticking onto the paper. But when we do it with 𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗥 oil, definitely the sticky oil is less, much less, and definitely it is more crispy. When you are using 𝗓𝗏𝗧 resonated oil, it's much more crispy. So in that way, there are a lot of benefits. In fact, 𝗓𝗏𝗧, even my ghee. So there's a lot of fantastic. Even milk, I 𝗓𝗏𝗧 it and then make my coffee, tea, and all. So definitely, it's not just for drinking. There are a lot of multiple purpose we can actually start using it. And when you use a 𝗓𝗏𝗧 water for your fountain, definitely your fountain is much cleaner without the the mosquito larvae being down there inside. The worms will not be there. The dust will not be there. So there is a benefit. If you are having an aquarium, when you use what I did was initially when I was in the enthusiasm of using 𝗓𝗏𝗧 water, so whole tank I filled it with 𝗓𝗏𝗧 water and went and bought some fishes and I put inside. Next day I come and see all the fishes had died. Then I realized that probably the energy was too high for the fishes that it couldn't take up. So what I did was take out 50% of the water and I added 50% of normal water. Then bought new fishes and when I put fantastic. So what I right now do is I use 50% of normal water and 50% of 𝗓𝗏𝗧 water for the fishes. Fantastic. But there can be outside there people who are all using fully 𝗓𝗏𝗧 water, but I don't know how far we can actually resonate the water to such a big tank and then use it. But definitely 50% 𝗓𝗏𝗧 water and then 50% of normal water is definitely a better option for the fishes to be more healthier, less of diseases on the skin of the fishes. Now, for your pets, definitely when you spray this water on your pets, you can see a lot of differences, lot of benefits in terms of especially the ticks and mites which you can see on the your pets that can come down. In fact, I noticed that whenever we use the 𝗓𝗏𝗧 spray, there is a less of mosquitoes around that particular area. This is what I noticed. But other than that, there are a lot of benefits for the pets wherein you can spray it for them. They would love to, come and stand before you when you spray that water because They know that this molecule is so beautiful, they feel nice. It's natural. So drinking water and bathing, feel the blessing. This is something which we all need to do. Feel the blessing of creation while drinking water, and feel the energy while bathing. Just feel as though you're in a waterfall area, and then the water coming and falling on you. Just feel that positive energy, and give a lot of thanks to the universe for giving you this benefit of the water to take bath. There are a lot of people out there, they have less of water to drink, and
But you sound like you are in your
no
60s.
water
Because you sound like a Kenneth.
for bathing. Some people in water, they that the drinking of water is also very less. Of course, they do go through a lot of problems in terms of diseases because of lack of water. The kidneys get a problem, they get infected with diseases. All this happen because lack of water. But if you are in a country wherein you have sufficient amount of water, please drink it sufficiently to make yourself much more healthier. Now, why terahertz resonated water can be your choice is because the frequencies are very low in the market right now. The molecular structure of the water is around 2 nanometers. High viscosity is an advantage because it's more slimy, more slippery, more easier, with all the beneficial effect of antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, anti-aging, anti-radiation. And the good news for every one of you down there is this product is an indigenous product, manufactured by our terahertz company in China, with a lot of invention and innovation from our own company, scientists and people, engineers involved in this. And it took a lot of time and number of years and efforts of a lot of people to bring this product to you now. But just imagine if it were to be minutes, now it's 3 minutes. Probably the company might come out with another, probably an advanced model wherein it can do it in 3 seconds. It can resonate. It can come. Let's wait. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of positive benefits of the terahertz resonated water. So we need to not only consume, we need to share this information to every beautiful soul we are meeting around, and then we need to make this world a better place, more healthier. Now, this is another information you all need to understand is the terahertz resonation varies from zero point 0.6 to 1.4 is our terahertz frequency. But our terahertz, when they use this instrument and when they tested this instrument, they found that in an average, the resonance of the device is at 0.96. It's an average. So that means you can boldly say that our terahertz device emits the terahertz at 0.96. That's the emission of our terahertz low frequency resonance, which is fantastic. Such a low frequency, so it is less harmful, more beneficial, and with our instrument within 3 minutes, it can get the benefit. Now, just imagine if the company had manufactured only the device and then given it to you without the jug. Of course, they could have given you a jug with a normal silicone jug or maybe a normal. But what they did is they did this, of course, infused the silicone inside for to become an unbreakable jug, which had an advantage. In fact, there's one video on the YouTube I saw that one guy is just hammering that, throwing it down, and then trying to break it, but it doesn't break.
noisy lah.
So in that way, what is happening is unbreakable is on one side. But for me, what is the advantage I would say in this particular jug when you resonate is number one, the resonating, the low frequency is beautifully penetrates into the water. So there is not much of wastage of radiation going out. The resonance doesn't go out because it's been holding inside the jug. So this is where the advantage is when you terahertz it one time, definitely it's good enough for you to drink. But what I have been practicing is I resonate it 2 times because I feel it's good to resonate it 2 times, and then of course there are many people who will be asking, can I resonate it 5 times, 6 times? I think 2 times resonating is ideally good enough for us to get the best benefit of the resonating water, and the whatever the properties, it's good enough for us. So one of the main benefits of drinking the 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧 water is definitely it's all with good energy, penetration of the cells, better metabolism, better removal of toxins naturally, and overall, it's an amazing health benefit which we can have is overall. That means as a whole beautiful organism, when you are drinking this water for a period of nothing less than 6 months, you shall see some benefits. And when you continue, you should be able to get all the benefits of being healthy. But of course, other than drinking water, you need to look at your nutrition part means what food are you eating, take care of your mind, wherein what kind of positive attitudes are you giving, regular exercise, breathing, all this coming to a play where when it comes up to a wholesome as a human being for us to live on planet Earth. So once again, requesting every one of you, you should drink adequate amount of water because 70% of the world population, even though they are provided with the water, still they are not drinking. Why? Because most of us are busy in our job, in whatever way we are busy, but ultimately we just forget that we need to drink water. So please, and especially coming to our 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧 resonated water, such of those who are all on the normal scale, that means you say I'm a normal human being, health wise I'm okay, you can just directly start off with 500 ml of water in a divided dose of 100 ml each into 5 times, and then increase it to, in 3 days time you can increase it to probably 1000 ml, then later on 1500, and later on 2000 ml. But after 2000 ml, it's you who have to practice increasing and seeing how your body will respond to you and then enhance it. Right now I'm drinking around 3 to 3.5 liters on a day average, so it's good enough. My body is fully accustomed to the 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧 resonated water. So very important. Most of us, what happens is we are all drinking water. The moment 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧 water, everybody wants to drink water for what? Either you are having diabetes, you want to get cured of diabetes. You are having blood pressure, you want to get cured of that blood pressure. Please don't do that. You do not drink water to cure your disease, but drink water for your conscious joy of existence. So the joy is journey of you. So you are going to live on planet Earth. To live on planet Earth, you need to have water. So drink water with lot of love and gratitude. The remaining part, it will do the job. It will go down. It will, the moment it goes into your cells, it will heal. It will cure your diseases. It will do what it is supposed to do. You don't have to tell what it needs to do. It knows what it needs to do, but you do what you need to do. This is very important. So what is my message to every one of you? Joy starts with you. Hence enjoy. Enjoy what? Every moment of it. And I think here on this platform Earth, every one of you are enjoying on this platform Earth every Saturday, 10 to 11 o'clock, without a miss, without a break. I'm also 31 episodes I have finished, and you are also such of those. I think minimum of 100 to 120 people will be regular who are all waiting for that Saturday. Thank you very much. So I think it's a joy for you to be here, and for me also it's a joy for me to share this information. So be in the moment of joy at all times. Live in joy and let joy be the spreading light to humanity. So saying that, we have a fantastic, I think it's going to be a fantastic gathering on the Zoom globally the next week, next Saturday, and wait for the timings and the other details. And I'm very excited for the reason is something to enjoy with every one of you globally, and it will be a nice platform that we are going to see a lot of people from all over the world. And this is going to break an ice wherein we are going to rock the whole world with our device, and globally we are going to make an impact and then make people more healthy. And let's all live in peace and harmony every second. And then saying that you need to work on every moment of life with joy. So share the joy of information to every soul you meet, especially the 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧 technology, the 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧 water. And until I see you again, thank you very much. Jackie, thank you for being MC for today. Thank you very much. Thank you, George, and thank you the team of beautiful souls who have been assisting me, and to the people who are attending this without fail every Saturday. Thank you very much, and then I see you next week in the forum, in the global forum. And until then, have a safe, fantastic week. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Prabhu. Thank you for the wonderful sharing. I feel like I've just went through a science plus home econs class, all right, with his very intense and knowledgeable knowledge, not only on our journey of life, but also how to take care of our family, our health. And it was a surprise to know that if we get drenched in rain, we don't get sick, which was very radical from the knowledge that was passed by our parents. Don't go and play in the rain, you'll get sick. Actually, we should allow children to play in the rain. Shift that, I think I really got it today. Thank you, Dr. Brown, for the wonderful sharing. Just a few questions from the audience, if you don't mind. Would you like to?
Yeah. I am free
to share that on the screen. All right. Thank you very much. So we'll share some questions from the audience. Number one is this. All right. How do you? Someone was asking. I want to ask if the terahertz contains 0.96 hertz, right, which is very technical, and how long it will last. So would you like to answer that, Doctor?
No, very simple. I want to ask
Are you able to see the screen?
Okay, now, how long for months or years? Okay, when you terahertz liquid, now whether it's water or any liquid, you're going to use our terahertz device and you're going to resonate it. We have actually tested up to 1 year, but if you can put this liquid in a freezer, it can be kept for any number of years, and once again, when you defrost it, it will have the same properties. Now there is another question, with few months will it drop to? Now the very simple is, you need to understand what I told you. Please, I'm repeating, understand what I'm telling you. 0.96 terahertz is from the device. It's not the water. It's from the device. It emits 0.96. So there is no question of 0.87 or 0.76 over a period of months, because we are not doing for months together. It's on that moment when your unit is put on the water, it emits 0.96. It's an average, it's an average which the company has done a whatever study, and they have given us this information. Sometimes it can be 0.9, it can be 1.2, it doesn't matter, but at the end of the day, between 0.6 to 1.4 is your terahertz resonating frequency. So anything in between is a frequency of terahertz. So the question here, it's not the question of months, it's that moment what you are emitting. It's a 0.96. Yes, Jackie?
Okay, thank you, Doctor. Next question is, right, there's another question on the floor. So
okay, the pH level is basically whatever pH your water is. If your water is 7.5, it is maintained. You are only terahertzing the water with 7.5 pH. So what I have done the testing is with my water around 8.5 to 9 alkaline water, I have tried resonating the water. What will happen is, I have seen if it is 8.5, it varies to 8.6 or 8.7. Nothing much varies. So pH maintains the same, more or less will be whatever pH you are having it. It depends on your water filtration system.
Okay, good. That's a very common question, because the next question also is relating to pH. Right, looks like a lot of people have this understanding that pH equals to the frequency.
No, what
so
they
what's the
need
difference
to
between
what they
drinking
need to understand
pH?
is as the alkalinity of water increases, your pH will increase. If your alkaline is 9, if you make your water very alkaline, so automatically your pH will increase. So it will be 9.5. So the highest I know is almost 14. Especially with the ionized water, your pH can go up to 14. That's very alkaline.
Yeah. All right. So last question. How do you make terahertz oil? All right. I did not know such thing exists.
Yeah, very simple.
So
you don't need to. What you need to do is, if you want to terahertz the oil, okay, let's assume that you're buying a 3 liters of corn oil or olive oil or grapeseed oil or bran oil. What you need to do is just clean up the top. Once you open up the cap, what you need to do is put this terahertz device on the particular mouth of the oil, and then you resonate it. But you need to do minimum 3 times. You have to do 3 times resonating the water or ghee. You need to resonate 3 times, and then you can see an amazing changes. But today, let me tell you, if there is an option for you to have a glass jar, and you put the oil into it, and then you put our unit there, terahertz it, and then we put it back into that whatever plastic container, it should be good enough.
All right, thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much for your valuable experience and your knowledge, and thank you for 31 weeks of consistent sharing with different topics every single week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, those online, please give Dr. Prabhu a thumbs up on your Zoom in the appreciation of his great effort. And I believe that he will continue to share greater contents every single week for our audience worldwide. So if you have friends who are interested in this device,